So, welcome student in our today's online section of subject meteorology. Today we are going to see about the stability of system. The concept of stability is obtained from the finding the position of the poles. So, before discussing the stability of a system, here we are going to see the concept of poles and zeros. So, this is concept of poles and zeros is we are going to see now. So to consider or to understand the concept of poles and zero, listen me. Every system which is having a transfer function, it has a poles and zero. Okay. So to define the poles and zero, consider a transfer function. Here we are going to consider a transfer function h of s. H of s means it is a polynomial having the equation of s. H of s is equal to n of s and d of. Here n of s, it is the polynomial having expression of s, and d of s is denominator. It is a denominator polynomial. Here, okay, n of s and d of s are polynomial. Okay, so what is the zeros? So zeros, they are the root of numerator polynomial by equating it with 0. Okay, zeros are the roots of numerator polynomial, i.e. obtained by setting n of s is equals to 0. So how we are going to get the zeros? The zeros are the root of numerator n of s when we are going to set this n of s is equals to 0. Now how we are getting the poles? Poles are obtained by setting d of s is equals to 0, or simply poles are the roots of this denominator which are obtained by setting d of s is equals to 0. Okay, so whenever the system, every system has its transfer function, and we know how we are getting this transfer function by taking the Laplace transfer of the output and input. We will get this transfer function. So here, by making the by finding the roots of the numerator of the transfer function, we get the zeros, and by finding the roots of this denominator, we are getting the poles here. So now we are going to take the numericals. One, zero, and poles of system having transfer function h of s is equals to s plus 3 upon s square plus 0.45. Now we are going to find the poles and zeros of the transfer function s plus 3 upon s square plus 4.5. Okay. Poles. You know how we are going to get the value of poles? By setting this numerator of this transfer function to 0. Therefore, s plus 3 is equals to 0. Value of s is minus 3. So it is the value of 4. Now to get the 0, how we will get the 0? By setting the denominator to 0. So here we have the denominator term as s square plus 0.45. Okay, equals to, now s is equals to s square is equals to minus 0.45. By taking the root, we get s is equals to under root of minus 45. S is equals to minus under root of 0.45. So this is the value of C. You know this s square is either a plus minus under root of 0.45, which is the value of s. So in this way we are going to find out the 0 and poles of the transfer function. Now we are going to the next section. To understand the concept of stability of system. To understand the concept of stability of system, we need to understand the S-plane plot, where we are going to plot the poles. So here S-plane plot. So this S-plane plot particularly have the two axes. This axis like X and Y. This axis is the real axis. This axis is the imaginary. Your pole, the value of pole may be real or maybe imaginary, or maybe combination of the real plus imaginary. How the value of pole comes imaginary, how this value comes real, it will be understand when we solve the numericals practically. After this theory section, we will solve the numericals, and while solving this numerical, you will get this concept that how the value of pole is real and how it is imaginary and how it comes as the combination. And according to the value of this poles, which are the real, imaginary, again this is positive, this side is negative. Whether the value of pole is positive, negative, we are going to comment on the stability of the system. So here on the left hand side of this graph plot, it is stable or stable system. If this values comes in this right hand region, then it is the unstable system. And what if the value of pole comes on this imaginary axis, then it becomes the marginally stable system. So basically we have three types of system. First one is stable, another one is unstable, and third one is marginally stable. Okay, so how these values of poles are comes? How this value of poles are come, and on the basis of this we need to comment either the system is stable, unstable, or marginally stable. Normally the poles are denoted by the symbol cross. Okay, so now we will see the various cases. Various cases of the system when the poles are either real, either imaginary, either positive, either negative. So let's see. The other suitable cases of system. First, where system poles are negative and real. So here we are going to see how we are going to plot the poles if these poles are negative and real, and how will be the response of that system. So here we are. This is real axis, this is imaginary axis. These are the positive side value, like 1, 2, and these are the negative. Again on this imaginary positive value on this top and negative value is on the bottom. So if our system poles are negative and real, real means there is no imaginary part is mentioned. So our poles will be lying on this axis here. So this will be the position of the pole when it comes to be the negative and real. And what will be the response of the system? In that case, the response of system is done. Response of the system is done like this. Okay, again we have the second situation. Where system poles are complex conjugate pair with negative real part. As the word complex conjugate is mentioned here, it means our poles have the value of imaginary part. Complex conjugate means our poles have the combination of negative real part and the imaginary part. So here this is imaginary axis and this is real axis, this is imaginary axis. This is plus, this is plus, this minus, this minus. We have the negative real part and complex conjugate pair. Complex conjugate means it's having a imaginary part which is either positive or negative. So our poles will be like this. One pole will be here, and if the imaginary part is negative, then the position of the poles is like this, and response of the system will be like this. Response is tan sinusoidal wave. Sinusoidal means it is having a sine curve. Okay. Now the third case is when the system poles are positive and real. This is the third case. When the system poles are positive and real. So at that time, what will be the response? We are going to see now, and where will be the position of the poles. When the poles are positive and real, it comes on the real axis, and positive means it comes on this real axis on the positive side. And response of the system is growing exponential response. Okay. Now the last one, fourth one. When the system poles are imaginary pair with no real part. When the system poles are imaginary pair with no real parts, means here our system is imaginary and real parts is not present here. So no real parts means value doesn't come on the axis here. It has only imaginary pair. So our poles completely on the imaginary axis, either this side or either that side. At that time the system is marginally stable system, and the response of system is like this. Which is sinusoidal response. Okay, on the basis of this, we can say position here it is a unstable system. Here the system is a marginally stable system, and if this poles comes on this side, left side of this graph, then we can say that the system is stable system. So here we are going to take a simple numerical. Comment on stability of system. With transfer function. Of S is equals to 1 upon S square plus S plus. So here we have in this transfer function as G of s is equals to 1 upon s square plus 2s plus our solution. To find force, state d of s is equals to 0. Therefore, it is s square plus 2s plus 2 is equals to 6. Now we need to find out the roots. How do we get the roots? We will get the roots by using the formula. So, to get this solution part, here I am writing. Compare this with ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. Student, listen me. Here we are going to find out the roots of this equation. The roots of this equation can be found out by using the specific formula. How we are going to use the specific formula? Here I am going to write. So, when this equation is like this, we will get this formula as roots is equals to minus of b plus minus under root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. Roots will be minus b plus minus under root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. So here we are going to compare these two equations. We will get this a is 1 and b is 2 and value of c is 2. Okay. So roots are simply as equals to this formula minus of b plus minus under root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. We have this b as minus 2 plus minus under root of b square means 2 square minus 4 a into c upon 2a. Value of 2a is 1. So here we have so here this value comes as minus 2 upon 2 plus minus this under root of 4 minus 8. It is minus 4 by 2. Okay. Minus 1 plus minus. Here listen me. Here this under root of negative value cannot be found out. So it comes as a imaginary value here. So its value will be imaginary. We consider it as g. Consider it as g, which is imaginary. Now we need to find out this. Therefore, the poles are minus 1 plus j and minus 1 minus j. So these two are the poles. Now we need to comment only on the stability. Sometimes we solve this value. If they told us to find the poles only, then at that time we are going to solve this value by taking this function I, which is imaginary value, which is equals to minus 1. Okay. But here we are only considering the whole term as an imaginary part j. So the poles are -1 plus j and -1 minus j. So how will be the poles on this S plot here? So here on this S plot, this real, this imaginary. Here our pole has this real portion which is negative and imaginary portion which is both positive and negative. So here this -1, here, and this j part will be this. This is positive j, this is negative j. So our poles, two poles, one pole -1 plus j will be here and -1 minus j will be here. As these poles are on the stable side or on the left hand side of this graph, we can say that system is stable. So here you know that this is stable region, this is unstable region. Poles in stable region. So we can say as poles falls in stable region, we can say system is stable. So here we only need to comment on the stability. So here we commented that system is stable. How we comment the system is stable? By finding the poles. And these poles, after plotting these poles here, we can say that these poles are in stable region. That's why we can say that system is stable. In the next lecture, we will again see the numericals of this stability of